Hi there, Angelique. I just want to be able to talk with you a little bit about your paper before tomorrow. First things first, this introduction heading that you have right here, you can go ahead and get rid of. We're going to talk about formatting tomorrow, and that's going to include a title page, so you're not going to need to offer me this or this. Second, as we get down here, I actually really enjoy your opening paragraph because you've told me why I should care about this issue, and you've done a nice way of framing it. Is enough research being done to find a useful and inexpensive cure for breast cancer patients? That's actually a really interesting question. We know that breast cancer is something that happens. We know that a lot of women are going to be affected by it, but are we doing enough to try to help these women? I like the way that you're framing this. I think it's going to be a really interesting paper. As we come down here, you talk a little bit about what cancer is and how it affects people. Then you start to be more specific, talking about breast cancer in particular and what it does. Great. At this point, what I think would be appropriate in here is some sort of a testimony. Maybe talk about somebody who has had breast cancer and what their experience has been. If you can do that, it'll help to make it even more real, and the reader will get sucked further and further into what you're doing. Then, as you start to discuss treatment options that are available and discussing how costly many of these are, that's wonderful. I'm sure we can find a better source than WebMD, however. Come on now. Then you make me feel for that individual case study that you talked about. Oh, this woman, Jane, is having to pay for these very expensive treatments. Ugh, that's not great. And then what you would do is you would come down and discuss the different things that are in place right now, trying to provide more research and possibly trials and experimental procedures that are being worked on to provide women like Jane with better options. If you can do that, it'll really help to set up your end, which is, so given that so many people are affected by this, including our case study, Jane, then either the trials that are being put forward to try to limit the cost or to make this stuff more available are or are not sufficient. That's what I would suggest that you do. Please think about my comments, and we will have more discussion about this tomorrow. Talk to you then.